Josh George, Week 2 college football predictions. Look, this is the top 10 games plus one group of 5 game of the week. So, first game is OU and Houston. Look, Houston kind of struggled, but these two brands, when they get together, it's usually a pretty decent game. OU, however, had 6 turnovers, including a touchdown by Jared Kanek, their linebacker. But OU still has question marks. Can they consistently stop the run and find ways to run the ball? As Houston right guard Tank Jenkins is 6'3" and 320 and will be somebody that Houston likely looks to run behind. Matchup predictor likes the Sooners, given a 92.9% chance to win the game. So I'll take the Sooners at home. Tulane at Kansas State. Look, Kansas State, this is going to be a good coaching challenge for Chris Kleiman as he goes up against John Summerall. John Summerall was at Troy last year, and he had a 38th total offense and a 14th total defense. This season, he's got Ty Thompson, a 5-star quarterback. Really, the key player for Kansas State will be DJ Giddens. We might see some contrasting styles. Last season, Tulane struggled against Power 5 teams, losing 20-3 against Ole Miss, 26-14 to now Power 5 team Southern Methodist University, and to Virginia Tech, losing 41-20. Look, I think defensive tackle Patrick Jenkins will be a big factor for Tulane. Their biggest question mark is their secondary. They're picked in the bottom 4 of the American Conference for secondary. Matchup predictor likes Kansas State. I do know that Kansas State lost 2 years ago against Tulane, and it's at Tulane, but I'm going with the gut. I've got the Kansas State Wildcats winning this football game. Now to Baylor and Utah. Look, Cam Rising's back, the D-line is back, and linebacker Lander Burton is going to be a big factor for this Utah defense. But quarterback Flynn at Baylor is thrown for 2,657 yards. Could be an X factor. But matchup predictor really, really likes Utah. So do I. Utah beats Baylor. Now, an Iowa State game, one that I really don't look at matchup predictor, but Iowa scored 40 points this week. Tim Lester's offense looked really good. So John Hancock and Matt Campbell at Iowa State could have their hands full. Historically, this rivalry has gone to Iowa as they won it 47 times to Iowa State's 23. So I've got the Hawkeyes winning with the hospital behind them. Look, Tennessee and NC State. Sometimes people say biased. Sometimes it's not biased. It's just better. The 247 talent composite is an example of this. Tennessee ranks 17th with 4 5-stars. NC State has no 5-stars and ranks 40th. They have 19 4-stars. So, Tennessee put up, with Josh Heupel at head coach, put up 718 total yards. Nico looked really good at quarterback. I know Grayson McCall is supposed to be a good quarterback. And NC State has the number 2 offensive line in the ACC, according to the 247 talent composite. But matchup predictor really likes Tennessee, gives them a big edge. I think Tennessee scoring points is the way you win, so I think Tennessee wins the game. Oregon and Boise State. Little fun fact here. Oregon is 0-3 against Boise State. Boise State's on a current 3-game win streak against them. To turn this around, it'll take Dylan Gabriel and this team that's 9th in total defense so far in the NCAA. And if Dylan Gabriel is going to take care of the ball, he's going to need to avoid free safety Rodney Robinson, who's kind of this secondary leader for Boise State. Matchup predictor thinks that can happen. Big edge to Oregon. So we go Ducks for this prediction. Alabama. Alabama's a heavy favorite against South Florida. Look, I know they struggled last year, but Milroe did not start the game. I don't believe he even played in it. I know DeBoer's letting Milroe run a lot more. It was evident in the game against Western Kentucky. I've got Alabama winning this football game. Big, fun little rivalry game here. Nebraska and Colorado. Look, Nebraska and Colorado has been a rivalry for a really long time. It's really going to come down to the trenches. I know Travis Hunter's a really good quarterback. I know Deion Sanders is a good coach. But Deion, sometimes the play calling seems a little weird. Like, they threw the ball with a minute 41 in their last game when they probably could have ran it out, at least close to it. Match predictor likes Colorado, but I feel like Matt Rule's got better play calling, so I've got Nebraska. Now, OSU and Arkansas. Look, OSU is at a 6-game win streak at home, okay? But Arkansas scored 70 points last game, and OSU, whose defense had a 3-drive touchdown. They let a 3-drive touchdown happen. So this is one of those most interesting watches of the week here. Come on. There we go. So, Arkansas over the last 5 years is 27 and 45. Where OSU is more like 51 and 26. When you look at the 247 talent composite, there it is. OSU is 53, Arkansas 26. Sorry. And it's just two teams going in opposite directions. Arkansas under Sam Pittman is 23 and 25. We all know, the question is, can Arkansas stop Ollie Gordon? Matchup predictor likes OSU. The spread is about 8 points, favoring OSU. If you were to bet this game, I would bet Arkansas because you're getting 8 points. I expect this spread to go down to about 6.5. But I'm going to predict OSU to win the game. It is in Stillwater. Sorry, Group of 5 game of the week. UAB and Louisiana Monroe. Butch Jones is a really good coach. Look, they got 6 wins last year. UAB moved to the American Conference, and that bolstered their recruiting. But Arkansas is looking to turn things around as they were 109th in polls last season. But something tells me UAB is going to win the Group of 5 game of the week. Now to our game of the week, Power 5 or Power 4, Texas, Michigan. Look, Texas has camaraderie that Michigan doesn't have, and we know that Quinn Ewers doesn't need a backup quarterback. Magic predictor likes Texas. I also like Texas. I'm Josh George. This is Week 2 college football prediction.